Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in the state of hockey. In the previous episode, we finished the 2029 off-season, but we will not be jumping into the regular season right away. I made a promise, and we are going to be doing something very, very special. This is the 10th official season of this GM mode or franchise mode or whatever you feel like calling it. I'm going to guess it hasn't been GM mode since NHL 14. I miss the good old days. But today we will be looking at the entire league. Yes, I mean we're going around to every individual NHL team, looking at each line, most players, the standouts, and I'm doing this because if you're new here, if you're not new here, and you were a part of this franchise mode in a way, and what I mean by that is that when we started this all out, I created a bunch of subscriber-created players, and we are going around the league, and I'm going to be showing you how they've been doing. We're going to look at all of the standouts. There's a few created guys that I had put in this franchise mode that I haven't seen at all that I would really, really love to go and see. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. I'm not sure if I'm going to put timestamps into this video, but we're going in alphabetical order towards the end of the league. So this is maybe not your episode, I'm sure. You can just skip to tomorrow's episode once it's out. Go watch that. I'm sure it'll be fun as hell because we have a phenomenal team. But for right now, this is the episode for today. So let's just jump right into it. We're going to be looking at the entire NHL. And we are going to be starting off... Oh. Is it because it's the preseason? Oh, I guess it's because the You know what? Let's sim past preseason. I thought I was going to do something fun there. Okay, let's sim to the first game of the season, and then we will check the regular season lines, get that all out of the way. I basically have my squad configured. Is that a real word? Probably. Maybe? Question mark? I already have it settled out. Next episode will be great. But for right now, we're just looking at the league in general. Okie dokie, just get preseason out of the way so we can see the regular season lines. Let's go ahead and do that right now, okay? I'm excited to see what the league is looking like. There's a bunch of players that I have not seen in quite some time. What the hell? What? Wait. So I have no idea what's going on, but it's apparently I can look at the lines, so that's awesome. I love this stupid game. I hate it. I love and hate it so much because it brings me so much pain and joy. So you know what, I guess we'll just go to the trade screen, look at teams like that. It's no big deal. We get a bigger picture of how the team is looking anyways. So please stop screwing me, game. That'd be phenomenal. So we will start with the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. I know that they're not the Mighty Ducks, but let's just go ahead. They're forwards. I mean, they got the nice forward core here. Trevor Zegras, that's an actual NHL player, not an NHL player yet. How's he been doing in his career so far? He seems like a decent talent for the Anaheim Ducks. I'm sure he'll be pretty great in the NHL as it is. You also have Isaac Lundstrom, drafted 23rd overall in the 2018 NHL draft. Pretty sure a lot of people didn't like this pick just because I don't know why people dislike this pick. He might be, you never know. It's a lot of these players, they just had a potential that I got for them. I gave them what I thought. A lot of bias. Not a lot of bias. Not a lot of... you know what I mean. But, you know, some players are going to turn out great. Some are not. This game is never, you know, a for sure thing because you can look back 5 games ago and look at a player and he's not even in the NHL anymore and he was just a super hyped rookie or whatever. They have Oland, 86 overall centerman for the Anaheim Ducks. Is he a former first overall pick in 2027? They have Felix Ledecker, so this is a created player that I put in the draft. It's actually 294 points in 352 games. You know, they stunted his growth there. I want to say, yeah, he was drafted by Anaheim. Oh, and I pressed that button. Lovely. It'd be great if I could look at the lines, but whatever. He's been a solid player for Anaheim. He won the Calder right there. Yeah, we played him in the first round that year, beat him. He's been an okay player for Anaheim. Nothing super special. I know he's been okay. He's been pretty good. They also have Furland, Reynolds. Is Peter Reynolds a created guy? I want to say Peter Reynolds is a created guy. I'm not super sure. I know there's a bunch of subscriber-created players out there that I remember making, but Peter Reynolds is not one of them. He's had a solid career for Anaheim. Nothing super special there. And then they got... they look like an okay team. Nice little prospect pool they have there. Nothing super noticeable on the forward prospect pool, except for this Embrul guy. But not a terrible offensive core. Defense, how's it looking? Yeah, they have one really noticeable defenseman, and that's Rasmus Ristolainen. Yeah, so their defense is pretty iffy there. Goaltending, Caden Primo, and then they got an old John Gibson. Poor John Gibson. Remember facing him, he was a beast. They got a nice tandem there with Blacker and Primo. Nothing out of the ordinary for Anaheim. Arizona, they got an okay tandem in Volpatty and Tristan Jarry, and a decent prospect in Carcillo. So not a bad goaltending situation there in Arizona. For defensemen, Gosta Fantenberg, I believe this is also this is a guy that I created. He's grown exponentially for the Arizona Coyotes. I believe I've seen him at the top of the point race for defensemen. Yeah, a few years ago, 76 points. He's had a pretty solid career with Arizona. Minus 50, though, in his career. Arizona seems to have been a pretty lackluster team, if that's the right word. He's never made it to the playoffs. Sucks for him. They also have Victor Soderstrom, Dreger, and then nothing super noticeable after that, so you know exactly what they need to draft in the next few years. How are they looking for forwards? Anything super special here? Okay. Okay, a creative player in Alexander Roback. Okay, not a bad career for him. 421 points. Oh, I wish it was 420. Sucks. 555 games. Not a bad career for him. Perennial 30-goal guy. I mean, this is his first season with Arizona. Interesting. Cody Glass, Parento, and Healy, two younger prospects for Arizona. Sillinger, Niemi, Fisher, Radulov, and then after that, Vladimir Tarasenko. Okay. And then they don't have the deepest prospect pool for Arizona. Okay, in a very similar situation to Anaheim. Boston Bruins. Trevor Wong. Now let's go all the way back to the 2023. I want to say it's the 2023 NHL entry draft, where we traded with Boston. Their first overall pick turned out to be Anthony Francis. We traded for that pick. We traded Trevor Wong along to Boston. We also traded them Kevin Fiala. How has Kevin done with Boston in his career? Traded him all the way back in 2022. Been a negative player for a few years, and a few 50, 60-point seasons with Boston. One of their better forwards for sure. Not a bad player. They also have Picard, who was just drafted first overall pick a few seasons ago. Andre Cash, not sure how to pronounce that. Joshua Waugh, former Columbus Blue Jackets franchise mode legend. Not a bad career for himself. Almost 27 years of age. He has been a point producer the last few years. Hopefully Boston can turn it around. Former 60-goal guy. I believe he tied with Alexei Petrangelov, or did he win it outright? I'm not super sure, but I know he's won a Rocket. They have an aging what did I say? Justin Huberdeau. Jonathan Huberdeau, my bad. Jake Virtanen, Tom Wilson definitely fits the style in Boston. Evgeny Svechnikov, Evgeny Kuznetsov, okay. Ryan O'Reilly, yeah, they definitely have a few older forwards on the squad. Ilya Mikheyev, yeah, the soup boy, obviously. Okay, not a bad forward core. They definitely have some work to do there, though. Defense, their best guy is definitely Charlie McAvoy. Why do I always do that? Former Columbus Blue Jackets franchise mode legend. How's he done with Boston so far? Consistent 30-point guy. You know, almost 1,000 career games. It's definitely Boston's cornerstone for defense. Lindgren, Fleury, and then after that, nothing super noticeable. And then how's their defense? Tuukka Rask is probably all the way done. Yes, that is right. They have Gustafsson as their backup goalie. And as their starter, they have Gregor DeVries. Now, this is a creative player that I put into the draft. Seen a lot of those so far. 17th overall pick by Montreal. My bad. At the time, they had Carey Price, Caden Primo. A bunch of goalie prospects for Montreal. They were looking fine. He left Montreal via pickup or contract offer sheet. Why did I forget the word for that? He's been great for Boston, I believe. Yeah, he for sure won a Vezina and William M. Jennings right there. I believe he's won it once or twice in his career. Great career for him so far in Boston. Definitely turning his career around there. Yeah, I wish he would perform better as a 96 overall goaltender, but goaltenders suck in this game. It do be like that sometimes, though. Moving on to the Buffalo Sabres. Their starting goaltender, yeah, we know who it is, Jaden Weeman. Jaden. 41 wins last year. He did end up winning the Vezina last year. Did not end up winning the William M. Jennings. That went to Rensfeldt, who we did trade away, or we let go in the offseason. Ta-da! He did dip down to 41 wins last year, but he was great for Buffalo. Made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. Personally, I wish we fought Buffalo in the finals just for story's sake, but maybe in the near future. I mean, he's locked up to 4 more years. A pretty solid deal for Buffalo. They also have a backup in Briere. Really solid tandem there. Defensemen. Yes, they can definitely continue competing with a franchise defenseman in Rasmus Dahlin, former first overall pick, one of the best young defensemen in the NHL today. He's basically a war veteran in this game, putting up consistent 40 to 60, 70 point seasons. Good for him. Okay, they also have Georges Houli moly. Haha, see what I just did right there? 4th overall pick in 2024. He had a few years in the NHL. 5'11". Not a bad player for Buffalo. Looks like he's more of a defensive defenseman, two-way defender. Not putting up the best of points, but that's a great guy to have for Buffalo. They have K'Andre Miller. They also have Yoki Harju. And a few other defensemen here. Nothing super noticeable, but not a bad defensive core. For forwards, how's it looking? Nolan Patrick leads their forwards or one of the best overalls. Yep, Nolan frickin' Patrick. Traded him. How did he have? What kind of season did he have last year? 51 points, so he went down going over to Buffalo. But he'll definitely be a great player for them. They have Dylan Cousins. You have Oscar Payne. I can't recall. Was this a subscriber created player? My mind is so blurred at this point. Oscar Payne, phenomenal name. I don't know if that's... See, I literally can't remember if I created him or not. I mean, I know I created him. I just don't know if it's a subscriber-created guy. How's his career been so far? 378 points in 375 games. Good career for him. You also have Victor Olofsson, who's one of the older forwards on this core. Sam Reinhart, Sean Couturier, few noticeable prospects here. Boquist. It's not Schlappick. No, wait. Who was the guy that we faced in the finals and somebody said, oh, it's not Schlappick? I'm so confused. Wait, what? Oh, sorry, I'm having a moment here. No, we'll get to that in a minute. And no really awesome prospects in the system for Buffalo, except for a few top 6 guys. So not a bad Buffalo Sabres squad that can definitely compete. And the Calgary Flames, the Mountain Dew drinking $12 million man, Mitch frickin' Marner. How's he done in his career so far? Is he over a point per game? Almost. He's at 32 years of age at 1,000 career games already. Missed a few games last year, but he's been a really good player for the Flames. Toronto, he was even better. Too bad he left Toronto. You have Luke Kunin. How has he done since he left good old Minnesota? Oh, few negative seasons for him. I know he misses Minnesota, but we don't miss the cap. I mean, I do love him. If we could get him back, I would. I'm sorry. They have the former first overall pick in Liam Landeskog. He's going to be their future. They have Brock Besser, Sean Monahan, Travis Konechny, Klim Kostin, Rourke. Yeah, they definitely have a nice squad in place. I don't know why they finished. I mean, maybe they have a bad defense, but they have a couple really awesome forwards there. No more Johnny Gaudreau, though. It sucks for them. For defense, what's it looking like? They have Lidman, who I believe is a subscriber created player. Let's just show him either way. Not a point total guy, but not the worst defenseman in the world. Nothing super special. Trouba, Shillington. Ooh, he went back to Calgary? That turncoat. That frickin' turncoat. I mean, good for him. I don't really mind. Okay. No noticeable prospects for that defensive core. Goaltenders. Yeah, I mean, they have Koshitov and McNiven. Not a bad tandem because goalies, you never know how they're going to perform. And the Carolina Hurricanes, what we looking like? Their starting goaltender is Jesper Wallstedt, one of the top prospect goaltenders in the upcoming NHL drafts. I'm sure he'll be a nice NHL player. They also have Shields. Olenov is the guy on the block. Yeah, I get that. Shields look like he's going to be solid. They definitely don't have a situation in goaltending. That's a good situation to have. Defenseman. Luke Hughes. Now, I would love to get Luke Hughes and then bring Jack Hughes back, but cap, that's giving me an ulcer just thinking about that. They also have a nice prospect who's on the block in Javi Bulin, Luke Mittelstadt, Beckett, Nurse, Nesson, Picard. They have a decent defensive core, but it always comes down to scoring goals, doesn't it? Forwards. Okay, where do I start? Ludwig Pearson. That is their top guy, apparently. They have Martin Nikos, Sebastian Aho, Frederick Darling, who is a created player that I put in the drafts. How is he doing in his career so far? Former 100-point scorer. He's been in the NHL for a few years now. He hasn't really picked up the pace in Carolina. He can definitely do better there. Perennial 30-goal guy, though. They have Ivan Yakupov. Ivan Yakupov had a weird start to his career because he was drafted by LA. He was NHL ready at the time. They never put him in the NHL, which they were so stupid. He should have been right out of the draft in the NHL, playing all the time. Traded to Carolina. They even played him in the AHL. He should have been NHL from day one. Signed to ZLC, come into the NHL because he's short. He doesn't have the best physical stats. But man, oh man, he can put the puck in the net. They have Svechnikov, the other Svechnikov. The more talented Svechnikov. He can do a lot more lacrosse goals. Not a bad career for him in Carolina. They have Yulanen, They have Savard. Not a bad offensive core for Carolina. Okay. Now, Chicago. Now we know they have Gustav Slychuk, the railgun, an absolute god. We've met him a few times in the playoffs, and he's been a problem each and every single time. He's almost a perennial 60-goal guy. He's had more 60-goal seasons than he's had 50-goal seasons. He's a phenomenal goal scorer. At the end of his career, he might have 1,000 goals. He's crazy. In my next franchise mode, spoilers, he's going to be in it again because I really, really like his name and I love what he brings to the table. Kirby Dack, Alexander Nylander, Cole Perfetti, Dylan Strome, they have a nice setup there in Chicago. They have a former first overall pick in Silas Gogol. He is also the reigning Calder winner. So, good for him. Reigning Calder winner? Yeah, he must be the reigning Calder. Yeah, he's a reigning Calder winner. Good for him. They have Reimer, another young prospect. William Eklund. So it looks like they tanked there for a few years. Yeah. Oh, I remember that. They missed the playoffs a bunch. Hopefully they get back into the contending, because I would love to see Gustav Slychuk make another run to the Stanley Cup, and we beat him every single time. It looks like they could contend this year. I definitely, for forwards, we haven't seen them their entire team yet. They have Bobby Bobson. What a turncoat. Defense, how's it looking? We know they lost Adam Boquist not too long ago. Did he go? What team did he go to? I forget what team he plays for now. New York? I'm not too sure, but we know he left. That leaves a big spot to fill, and it looks like they haven't done the best job filling that just yet. So they definitely have to draft more defensively in these upcoming drafts. Goaltending, they have Jin Rion, 91 overall. I put him in the draft as well. Looks like he's putting up, well, not the best statistics. He was a good back goalie in his first season, and he's won games, 207 wins in 419 NHL games. Hall of Fame career? No, but you never know. You have Kolnick, you have Gonchar, solid backup in Sogard. Not a bad team. They could definitely contend. Not a lot of cap space for Chicago either. The Colorado Avalanche, yes. The feud is only heating up. Now, Christian Rensfeld, why the hell is he on the Avalanche? Oh, and that you're saying right now. Well, you know how deep we are at goaltending. They offer sheeted him. We didn't have the money to bring him back. Not like I wanted to bring him back. If I had the money to bring him back and we didn't have to risk anything else, we would. But I wasn't going to change everything else to bring him back. He had mediocre stats. He won 50 games. Yeah, good for him. The worst part about this is that he went to the Avalanche, our biggest rival ever. They also have Mitchell, Kakinen, another former Minnesota Wild goalie, so that hurts. Hopefully they suck and that first round draft pick is good. Defense, what's it looking like? And you know, Colorado is a phenomenal team, yeah. Each and every year, it looks like. Cale Makar, looks like they tanked there a few seasons ago. Got him at second overall in Pierre Parise. Maybe a relative of Zach Parise. Never know. I think Zach Parise is American. Samuel Girard, Bowman Byram. Few decent prospects there. Yeah, great defensive core for Colorado. Forwards, Mikko Rantanen, Newhook, Lennon, McKinnon, Yost, Ramirez, Ling, Dimitra. Yeah, a really good offensive core. Great top six. Yeah, I'm worried that that's going to come back to bite us. Yeah, it might, but we should be A-okay. Alexander Texier, former Columbus Blue Jackets franchise mode legend. I love him to death. No super noticeable prospects, though. Okay. Columbus Blue Jackets. How are you looking 10 years through? They have Jaromir Novak, who is another creative player that I put in the draft. How is he doing so far in his career? He looks like he's been a really good player for Columbus. Really similar to to Rick Nash on Columbus, really under the radar. It tends to happen when Columbus isn't the best of teams to begin with, and they're definitely not the team that I made in my last franchise mode. Go check that out if you haven't seen all those episodes. It's a lot of catching up to do, but I blame you if you don't want to. I get it. They have Tim Threffall. Not a bad player there. They have Oliver Wahlstrom, Pierre-Luc Dubois. Then you got Wenberg. Not the worst of offensive cores that I've ever seen, but definitely not one of the best. It's definitely led by the top few players. Definitely a Novak there. How is the defense looking? Seth Jones. Now, we stole Mr. Zach Rowinski from them a few years ago. Traded them Luke Kunin, and he ended up on... What team did he end up on? Why can't I remember? It was only a few minutes ago. We have Caribou, who was a subscriber-created player. Let's check him out real quick. Brass Caribou. I was with Florida there for a bit. Not the best point producer. Not the best defensive player either. But he's playing on Columbus, so how much can you really blame him? Few okay prospects in the defensive core, but they definitely have to work on that. How's their goaltending looking? They have Vasanoyov, former Minnesota Wild goalie. 28 wins last year. He had a good season when he came over to Columbus, and hopefully he can help them out of a sticky situation. The Dallas Stars. Their starting goaltender, franchise goalie, Carter Hart, if you would like to pronounce it that way. He's had a few Vezina seasons. He's had a few cups to his resume. He's beat us in the finals. He's beat us on the Stars as well. Don't even get me started. He has our number. For sure. Yeah. Wait, hold on. I want to say he did beat us. Yeah, I want to say he did too. I think he did. I can't really recall. I want to say he did. Yeah, he did. Maybe? Question. Yeah, he did. Maybe? Well, you can go back and check if you really feel like it, but definitely their cornerstone right there. Conley is a good backup there. Okay, defense. Miro Heiskanen, Burish. That's another creative player I put in the draft. 46 points. He looks like a decent point producer for the Dallas Stars. Minus 16 last year, though, so definitely took a kicking last year. Cale Foote, and then nothing noticeable after that. Forwards, what's it looking like so far? Chiarelli. They have Rogar, who's another creative player that I put in the draft, obviously. 75 points. It looks like he's a decent 70-point producer. Was with St. Louis, left to go to Dallas. In-division rival, has been a decent player for Dallas. Consistent 30-goal scorer. They have Rupe Heinz, Russell, who's a younger forward, third overall pick in 2024. Farabee, Joel Eriksson, Teddy Bluger, one of the best names in the NHL, and old Tyler Seguin. Does he have 1,000 points yet? 1,400 points? My God, he's had a career. Jeez Louise. Okay, not the worst of forward cord, but they're definitely suffering me a little bit. Detroit. Now, we know all about Detroit, and you know why? They're a dumpster fire, and that's a fact. We beat them every single time, but Lucas Raymond has grown to a 90 overall. We did sign him to that ridiculous contract. He's not even off of that contract just yet. How has he been doing with Detroit? 75 points last year. Not bad. But the pick that we picked him overall, 6. He should have definitely been better. He hasn't even been the best defensive player on Detroit. Either way, we go all the way back to Minnesota. Not a bad career with Detroit so far. He's definitely coming off a great season, so good for him. They have Vosnar, who was another creative guy that I put in the draft. Saku Vosnar. Or Vusnar. 90-point guy. At least 80 points a year. Good for him. You have Beniers, you have Philip Zadina, Stutzel, you have Kang, Dylan Larkin. Oh, Kang. Jeez Louise. He was drafted 3rd overall in 2028. Julian Kang, Dylan Larkin, Bradley, who's... Oh, decent prospect there for Detroit. I think he was just picked. What you doing there, Detroit? You messing up? That's what you're doing. Okay, defense. What's it looking like? Ah, yes, Ben Archer. I was asked about him a while ago, and I've not seen anything from him. And you know why? It's because he's playing on Detroit, the god-awful Detroit Red Wings. Detroit, every franchise mode we play with you, you suck. Maybe that's a potential future team we try to fix, because apparently they suck always. They have Seider. I mean, Ben Archer, we didn't really take a look at that. Hold on. 240 pounds, 6'5". Right, he was with Ottawa. No, he was with Ottawa in the OHL. He's been with Detroit his entire career. He's been a good point producer, but when you don't have anything around you, it's hard to put up great numbers. He has 407 points in 499 games. Not a bad career so far for him. Too bad his team sucks around him. Nothing super noticeable after that, though. How about goaltending? This is where the fun begins. Sestito. Eric Comrie. Not the best of tandems. Yikes. They don't even have that much money to work with. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Detroit. Oh no. Edmonton Oilers. They have Knight. Gabriel Knight, number 4 overall. They have Travica, Hotel Travago. They have Harris, Vevalainen, and then you have Mackenzie Blackwood, who is definitely going to get a jump in overall next roster update. I do. Defense. Mikhail Sergachev, Ryan Merkley. They're both on the block, though. Matthew Dumba. Oh, Matthew Dumba. Did we trade you to Edmonton? No, we did not. We did? No, we traded you Buffalo. Huh. We only traded you that long ago? Jeez Louise. Yeah, he's definitely taken a turn for the worse. He's old. I get it. 589 points in almost 1,200 games. Good for you, Matt Dumba. You got a cup. You got a cup. He's got a cup. Landeskog. Nothing super noticeable after that. Forwards. Connor freaking McDavid. I'm excited to see what you look like after 10 seasons. 90 points. He's good for at least 90 points every year. Should be good for 100. 1,391 points in 1,107 games. He's the real deal. You have Puljujarvi. You have Draisaitl. How has he done on Edmonton? He's good for at least a point per game every single season. 1,250 in 1,166. Good career for him so far. Yamamoto. They've got Schofield, Hodges, he was on the block forever. Elias Lindholm, and then after that, they got a few top 6 prospects, but nothing noticeable after that. Okay. Not a bad Edmonton team. Definitely their stars are going to carry them. The Florida Panthers. Okay. Okay, let's start from the top. Damian Hunter, who I want to say is a subscriber-created player. If I am not mistaken, this is a subscriber-created player. 97 points last year for the Florida Panthers. He misses a lot of games. He only missed a few games the last few seasons. It happens. Not a bad career for him so far. Exactly a point per game in his career. Very, very similar to Paul Kariya. Maybe. You have Henry Auger, 93 overall. Yikes. Florida has a pretty decent forward core. Very quiet in the East, though. They have Barrett Hayton. Is it Barrett? It is. Timo Meyer. Elish Barkov. No. It's Sasha Barkov. Alexei Sen. Whatever. It's Barkov. Beauty. They got Mackey, Kapanen, Trocheck. Not a bad team here. They have Duar and Tuck. Not bad. They have got Derp Snurfson, who's another subscriber-created player. Derp Snurfson. He's played exactly 62 NHL games. Oh no, Derp, you poor bastard, you. Defense, how's it looking? Aaron Ekblad, Churchrin, they got Niku, they got Yolson, Gunderson, and after that it isn't anything super noticeable. How about goaltenders? They have Cashman, who was a surprising, phenomenal goalie the last few seasons, it feels like. Last year, not the best. Year before that, he was really, really good. Pretty good goalie for Florida, though. And noticeable that... Oh, is that Takahashi? Sora Takahashi. I created this guy. Swear to God, I created this guy. He dropped a lot. My God, what the hell are you doing there? Oh my God, the Islanders screwed him up. Oh, the Islanders screwing up another prospect? Ah, yes. Yaroslav Askarov, my most hated goaltender I've ever had. Haven't had a bad career, though. He's first season with LA, though. Good for him. Backup in Tarasov, so a decent tandem. Then you have... Oh, why did I go back? Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Defense! You have Van Vig, or Wan Vig. You have Blodker, 6'10" beauty, signed with LA. Bean, you got Sedin. Bean and Sedin beauties. Okay, nothing noticeable after that, though. Forwards, what's it looking like? Chad Chadson, a subscriber-created player in Chad Chadson. Oh my, 69. That's his number. Nice. Not a bad career, though. Definitely boosted in overall, though. Definitely not what he started out at, but he's had a decent little career. They got, yes, one of my favorite subscriber-created players, and Connor von Sieg. He is from Germany, one of the best German players in the NHL today, maybe the best. 98 points last year. He's been a beauty on LA. 26 years of age, $14 million a year. Definitely worth it. I got Shane Wright. Oh, I didn't even look at it. Hold on. Let me look at his point total. Sorry. 567 points in 523 games. He's a good goal scorer. Good for at least 30 a season. Almost 40 every year. Had a damn good career with LA. We got Shane Wright. So he's been over here on LA. 98 points. He's good for at least a point per game every single season. Good career so far. Gabriel Velarde, Dominic Kahn, and after that, nothing super noticeable. A few decent prospects here and there, though. A few decent prospects. Okay, not too bad. Defense, what's it looking like? Oh, I was just looking at defense. Why would I'm so stupid, sorry. The Montreal Canadiens. Ryan Poehling, Kotkaniemi, Zanata, who I put in the draft as well. Not a bad career from him. 420 games, 401 points. Not a bad little career for him. He's from Brazil. You got Potter, Lazarev. You got Druin, Smabby, who I traded to them or traded somewhere, and he ended up on Montreal. Zibanejad. Not the best of forward court, so they definitely have to work on that. Defense, what's it looking like? Turdovsky, that is a subscriber-created player. Drafted by Arizona, ends up in Montreal. Rango. What a name. He's had a decent career for himself. Mostly a minus player. You have to count that a lot to the teams that he has played on. They have Romanov, Ethan Bear. Nothing noticeable after that. Okay. Nope, I need to check goaltending. Goaltenders. Luvanov or Lenvu, Snyder, Ingram. They got a decent tandem there in Montreal. Okay, Nashville Predators. They got Delorme, Shane, Spencer Knight. Whoops. And then you got O'Brien. So Spencer. Why do I keep saying Shane Knight? That's not a thing, Owen. You're not making it a thing. He's had a decent run with Nashville. Postseason run last year, and we stopped him. Too bad. So sad. He was great, though. And defense. Julian, Niederberger, and Simmons, they definitely have a young defensive squad. It's very similar to what we did. It's going to work out for them, I have a feeling. Anything down here for Nashville? Nope. Forwards. Edo Iguchi, he's a beauty. How's he done so far in his career? Almost 300 goals. Almost a point per game. Great little career for him. Patrick Harper. Patrick Harper, I knew it. Jilovac, that's a player that I put in the draft as well. It's good for point per game these last few years. Kind of come into his own just recently. Alexander Holtz, Hoglander, Tomasino, Sugimoto, I also put in the draft. Not a bad player for Nashville. And after that, nothing super noticeable. The New Jersey Devils. Joel Everberg is a beauty, for sure. 104 points last year is good for point per game every single season he's been in the league. 575 points in almost 500 games. Definitely good for that amount of points. Nico Hischier, Yoshimura, who was a young guy, not too bad. Chistov, Chistov is definitely a name I've seen before. 110 points a few seasons ago. I like this guy. Not bad. Kemp, Pasternak, Kaliev, Slychuk, one of the other Slychuk brothers. How has he done in his career so far? Oh, that's rough. Has he just been hurt? Or they've not been playing him. Why is he on the block so much? Man, New Jersey, just play the man. Jeez Louise. Okay, nothing noticeable after that. No, need to check defense. Ty Smith, Clevin, and after that, nothing super noticeable. And for goaltending, they got not a lot. Too bad, New Jersey. Okay, the New York Islanders, the most irrelevant New York. No, I'm joking. Maybe am I? Tynan, and then you got Luukkonen, Bednar, and Knight. Okay, not a bad goalie. Quadruplets? Whatever. Defense. Nope, that's right wingers. Defense. Dante Fabro, Dermott, Johnson. After that, nothing. Nothing really. Some solid prospects here and there. Forwards, Matthew Barzell, Cole Caulfield, Slychuk, the other Slychuk brother. Slychuk, not Slytruck. How's he done in his career so far? Over a point per game. He's a goal scorer and a half, just like his brother. Kravtsov, you got McCullum. Not a bad little guy for New York. Last year was his first ever point per game season. Sarkov, Setaguchi, the better Setaguchi. And after that, nothing super noticeable. On to the New York Rangers. Brett Howden and, Schlappick. This is the guy that I was trying to be reminded of. I was talking about an Ottawa Senators player, if he was still in Ottawa. I can't remember where I was talking to him about. It can't be Ottawa. I haven't gotten to Ottawa yet. But he was on a different team. I was talking about him. Apparently, it's Philip Hitel. Hitel? I'm sorry, Philip Hitel. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. He's a beauty, though. Matthew Savoie, Capo Caco, Bushnevich, Lundell. They got a really awesome squad here in New York. Definitely know what they're made of. Fought them last year in the finals. Defense. Tony D'Angelo, Barnaby, Valimaki, Francisco, who is a subscriber-created player. He definitely doesn't put up the points, but been a solid defenseman in his career. And after that, nothing super noticeable. How about goaltenders? Alexis Gravel, Georgiev, and Ernie. Okay, on to the Ottawa Senators. Jake Ottinger, Kamash, and then after that, Elvis Merzlikins. Okay, not bad. Defense. Eric Brandstrom. How's his career gone so far? Gone so far? 46 points. I'm surprised he hasn't put up more points. He should be doing better than that, though. Drysdale. And after that, nothing. Okay, forwards. Brady Tkachuk, Quentin Byfield, Colin White. Not a bad offensive squad. It looks like they're just trying to dump a lot of players, though. Sucks for them. Philadelphia Flyers. Morgan Frost, Turcotte, Blaze, Fabry. Okay. Mapletoft. Is that a guy? No, that's not a guy I created. Okay, Darby. It's not a bad squad. Nope, I did not mean to go to Pittsburgh. Whoops. Defense. That's what I meant to do. Ivan Provorov. Shouty. That's another guy that did I create this guy or did I want to say this is a subscriber created player. Not a bad career for himself. Okay, not bad, not bad. York, Bouchard. Okay. Goaltending. Don't have Carter Hart anymore. They got Christian Kajakovsky. How's he done so far in his career? Well, not the best regular season stats, but he wins a few games here and there. Varlamov, Rittich. Not a bad tandem there. Pittsburgh Penguins. They got Byron. They got Shesterkin. LaRose. Okay. Defense. What's it looking like so far? Menard. Johnson. Or Johansson. Yeah, they got to really focus on their defensive squad. Not looking the best in 2029. How about forwards? No long. Do they have Sidney Crosby retired a while ago? Got Marco Rossi, Connor McMichael that we traded away a while ago. Had himself solid, mediocre career. Nick Suzuki, Markox. They got Ekman Larson, Gensel, Perlini. Not a bad forward core. Could definitely be worse. Did I just look at their defense? I can't remember. I did. I'm so bad at this. San Jose Sharks. They got, Brad Lambert. 11th overall pick in 2022. Definitely one of the better players to come out of their draft. Putting up decent point totals here and there. Nothing super exciting, but a great player for the San Jose Sharks. They got Bracco. They got Axelson. They got Tua Tagovailoa, who I just found out is an actual football player. So thank you, subscriber created player. How's he done so far? Not a bad little career. He's only been in the NHL for 4 seasons. Really found his way into the San Jose lineup. Been a decent player for San Jose. They got Ferrero, Borgstrom, Hood, and after that, nothing. How about defense? They got a few solid defensemen, but nothing that you want to contend with, really. Goaltending. Ilya Samsonov. That's about it. The St. Louis Blues. They got Hartikanen, Skinner. After that, the Dolan. Really, that's it. Binghamton still around. Defenseman, they got Thomas Chabot. Then you have Jogren, 24 years of age, franchise defenseman, one of the best point producers in the NHL by defenseman. Almost a point per game in his career. Good for him. Great St. Louis Blues defenseman. After that, well, I've been saying that a lot in the NHL so far. Forwards, Kamel LaRoche. Pierre LaRoche. Subscriber created player. He's been really damn good with St. Louis. Yeah, he's been really good. Really solid for the St. Louis Blues. It's a few point per game seasons. Over 200 penalty minutes this season. This guy's a truck. He's going to hurt you. Casey Middlestab, Braden Point, Ponomarev, Emil Bemstrom. After that, pretty middle of the road. Okay, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Jack Hughes, how has he done these last few seasons? 70-point guy. Definitely never going to have an 80-point season again since he's not on the Minnesota Wild. Another subscriber-created player in Dylan Hunt. How has he done so far? 106 points for Tampa Bay last year. Definitely coming into his own here on the Lightning. Matthew Boldy, DeBrincat, Kucherov, Kajakovic, Jesper Bratt. Not a bad offensive core. Definitely need some more talent on that end, though. Defense. Tootin, who was just drafted, and after that, kind of middle of the road. Nothing super special. They got Kostison, Demko, backup in Arseny? Toronto, they got Creamer, El Champion. Ed Champion. Not bad. Former Minnesota Wild. Vasilevsky and Saros. Not a bad trio there. Defense. Rasmus Sandin. Liljegren. You got Riley, Sestito. Need more defense in Toronto, though. I mean, you've been saying that for the last 15 years, so what does it really matter? Okay. We have Samuel Hagos, who is a subscriber-created player, if I'm not mistaken. 77 points. He's good for 70 points every season for Toronto. We also have another created player that I put in the draft, Zdeněk Corvo. Guy's an absolute stud. Almost stole the Art Ross from Anthony Francis 2 seasons ago. Great career for him. And Austin Matthews, how has he done in his career so far? He's put up, he's a good goal scorer. 528 goals, over half goal per game. Not a bad offensive core for Toronto. The Vancouver Canucks, Elias Pettersson. What a beauty. What a beauty. Almost 1,000 points, my God. Tyler Chokington, subscriber-created player. 89 points last year, definitely coming into his own here in Vancouver. Podkolzin, Barnett, Kovanov, Slaney, Yoshi, what a name. Definitely need more forwards there in Vancouver, though. Defense, Werenski, Owen Power? Owen Power, beauty. Pionk, Rizzi, Vancouver's definitely in a state of help. Goaltending, you got the Pietro, and you got Djordjevic. Cool, Vancouver. The Vegas Golden Knights, Wolf, McCulley. Not a bad tandem there. And then in defense, you got Honka. And after that, geez, a lot of these teams got to get a better defensive score. They got to just draft a few, tank a few seasons, get a few good defensemen. That's what we did. Sam Steele, that's centerman. Sorry. You got Lafreniere. Laffy, how's he done so far in his career? Almost a point per game. So Vegas, you got a steal there in the draft since he went second overall. Sam Steele, Drew Evans, subscriber created player. And his career, not a bad career. Definitely needs to step it up, though. Definitely needs to step it up. Atu Ratti, you got Eldon Horak, who's another player I put in the draft. Almost a point per game in his career. 6'10", by the way. You got Endras, Wilmer, Foudy. Not a bad core there. Did I just look at their defense? Did I? I did. Whoops! Okay. Washington Capitals. Matthew Tkachuk, Jeffrey freaking Woodworth. Oh, he's a goal scorer. He'd be doing better if he was here on Minnesota. Maybe later into the franchise mode, we'll go out and get him. They got Lindsay, who I believe is a subscriber created player. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure about that. Not a bad career for himself, though. Zaborov, Rawlings, who is another created player. Hasn't played in the NHL much. Jeez Louise, give him a chance, man. My God. Verana, Lynn, Beauvillier. Yep, not a bad offensive core. Definitely need a little help there. Oh my God. Defense. Hannafin. Not bad. Not a bad offensive core. Nothing noticeable, though. Goaltending, they need help there. Their best goaltender is Nedeljkovic. Yeah, Washington, they need a little help. The Winnipeg Jets, the last team here. They got Pavel Bure, though, as a goaltender. Ooh. Low franchise goalie, though, that we fought last year in the Western Conference Finals. Defense, what's it looking like? Adam Boquist, he went to Winnipeg. Hell, I knew it. Adam Peak, Bjornfoot. After that, nothing super noticeable. And for the forwards, Jesper fricking Straka. You know all about him. 24 years of age. He's a god. No doubt about it. 107 points. He's good for 100 each and every single season. 50 goals a season. No doubt about it. Patrick Laine, you got Gallivan, who was another created player that I put in the draft. Definitely coming into his own later into his career. Vesalainen, not a bad squad. Not a bad squad. Okay. So that is it for all the players. If I did miss you, just comment, and I'll go to those teams in future episodes and show you guys off. Don't worry about it. I will get to you if I did miss. I'm sorry it's really late at night. I just thought I'd do one of those episodes. I know it's a long one. If you just skipped it, I get it. But if you're still here, just watching, why did you sit through like 50 plus minutes of this? I don't know why you do that every single day, but that's why I love you guys so much. We're almost at 400 subscribers. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.